I am Bernadette Soubirous, and this is the story of how the Lady in White changed my life forever. I was born in Lourdes, a small town in the south of France, in 1844. My family was very poor, and we lived in a tiny one-room basement called Le Cachot, the dungeon. I was often sick as a child, suffering from asthma that left me weak and small for my age. But despite our hardships, we found joy in simple things, like the sound of the church bells or the smell of fresh bread. I couldn't read or write, and I struggled to learn my catechism. But I loved to pray. It was in the silence of the church that I felt most at peace. On February 11th, 1858, everything changed. It was a cold, grey Thursday. I was gathering firewood with my sister and a friend near the grotto of Massabielle. As I took off my shoes to cross the stream, I heard a sound like a gust of wind. I looked up, and there she was, a beautiful lady dressed in white with a blue sash and yellow roses at her feet. She smiled at me and made the sign of the cross. I was afraid at first, but her presence filled me with peace. I rubbed my eyes, but she was still there. The lady appeared to me 18 times over the next 5 months. Each time it was like the world faded away and only she and I existed. She told me to pray for sinners and to do penance for the conversion of souls. On February 25th, she instructed me to drink from a spring that appeared in the grotto. I dug in the muddy ground with my hands and water began to flow. It's still flowing today. As news spread, more and more people came to see me in the grotto. Some believed me, others thought I was lying or crazy. The local authorities even tried to stop me from going to the grotto. On March 25th, the Feast of the Annunciation, I asked the lady her name. She smiled and said, "Que soy era Immaculada Concepción." I am the Immaculate Conception. I didn't understand what it meant. And after the apparitions, my life was never the same. Lourdes became a place of pilgrimage, with many claiming to be healed by the spring's waters. In 1866, I joined the Sisters of Charity in Nevers, far from Lourdes and the crowds. I spent the rest of my life in prayer and service, often ill but always faithful. Even now, millions of people come to Lourdes each year, seeking hope and healing. Some find physical cures, others find spiritual peace. Many leave with their lives transformed. My story reminds us that extraordinary things can happen to the most ordinary people, that faith can move mountains or reveal springs in rocky grottos, and that sometimes the most profound messages come through the simplest messengers. So remember, no matter who you are or where you come from, you too can be an instrument of something greater than yourself. All it takes is an open heart and the courage to believe.